If you're behind on child support and you've just received a contempt petition for violation of the support order, what should you know? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Larry DeMarco, and I'm a family law, personal injury, and workers' compensation attorney in Pennsylvania. If you've received a contempt notice for failure to pay a child support order, be aware that the judge can put you in jail for failing to pay. The Constitution guarantees you the right to an attorney when your liberty is at stake, but your county may or may not provide this to you. Assume that you won't be able to speak to an attorney before that hearing if you don't hire a private one. Here are some important things that you should know. If you've lost your job, been demoted, became disabled, or otherwise lost income, immediately file a petition to reduce your child support. The contempt hearing is not the time or place to discuss unfairness of your order or say that your support's too high because things have changed. It's too late to fight the amount of the order at your contempt hearing. The judge won't listen. Second thing, it's also not a defense if your ex is keeping your child away from you. The judge will say that he or she can't consider that. You have to file a contempt petition for violating the custody order. And you still have to make support payments for a child that's wrongfully being kept away from you. I know it stinks, but it's the law. Third, never make any support payments in cash. Any generosity, money that you give to the child directly, or any gifts that you give to your child's parent won't count for support. If you've given checks directly to your ex, you must put in the memo child support, and you still have to prove it in court. If you have time, you can discuss it with support enforcement ahead of time. The court's only going to credit money against child support obligations that you can prove that you made was for support. You're required to send payments into the state PACES system directly, or whatever system your state set up, if it's been set up. If the PACES account hasn't been set up yet, make payments and child support to your child's parent, but be sure to prove those payments. Only pay in check and put it in the memo line, child support. Fourth thing, always make regular payments, even partial payments if you can't make the whole thing, especially in the weeks coming up to the hearing, or if the court keeps making you come back over again. If you make some regular payments, you can at least show to the court that you respect the court, you respect the order and your obligation, and respect your child. Then your argument that you can't pay the whole thing will be much more credible because you're showing by behavior that you're trying. Fifth thing, when you appear at the hearing, show respect to the court in every way possible, in your demeanor, your body language, your tone of voice, the words that you use, and your physical appearance. Be humble, apologetic, and deferential. Accept responsibility for any unpaid amount and acknowledge your support obligation even if you think it's unfair. Sixth, be aware of your appearance. There are other videos on the channel discussing appropriate dressing or appropriate appearance for court and respect for the court, so be sure to check those out before you go to your hearing. However, in support contempt court, you have another concern. The judge will be sizing you up for things that you've spent money on rather than paying for child support. For instance, an expensive smartphone that you take out that you're wearing on your belt, or another expensive electronic device like a watch. Other expensive jewelry, rings, necklace, designer shoes, designer clothes, expensive coats, or other expensive wear. Yes, dress appropriately and look respectful to the court, but be careful to avoid showing that you have more money than you actually have. It's going to be used against you. 7. Be prepared to discuss your regular expenses and explain why every expense that you made was paid rather than paying your child support. For example, your internet, your TV bill, your phone bill or data plan, car expenses, rent, and other personal expenses. When the judge is asking you questions at the hearing, he or she will be probing you as to your spending habits and whether you live above your means. Be Be prepared to defend your lifestyle when you're behind in your support. Sit down, spend time, and examine your spending habits before you go so you don't have to think on your feet and get defensive. Anticipate ways where you can adjust your spending and increase your available money before you go, rather than having to do it in the heat of battle. You're better off saying that these are the changes that you've made when you fell behind, what you've already done to improve your situation, rather than promising, yeah, I'm going to start right now and do it in the future just to stay out of jail. Give a pattern, show that you're changing, and you'll be much better off. Eighth, if you're still unemployed and still obligated to pay, be prepared to discuss the efforts that you've made to get a job. Go back to when your income was reduced and prepare to tell the story of your tireless efforts to secure a job so you could meet your obligations. Discuss why your failure to get a job was through no fault of your own. But never say it wasn't your fault. Show it. Show it's not your fault by explaining in detail how hard you tried to get a job. Communicate a daily effort to earn money. If you haven't been looking for work, start applying for jobs now, right away. And discuss, write down, document the efforts to find available work. All your job applications and the interviews that you've had, whether it led to work or not, show you're trying. Ninth, never lie, blame the court, or speak ill of your child's mom, or get angry in court even if you are enraged about the unfairness of the amount you have to pay. It's only going to make things worse. Follow these steps and you'll have a better experience in support court than you would if you didn't. I hope you found this video helpful. Watch other informational videos on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for new videos. To learn more about my legal services, click the links in the description section of this YouTube video or on one of the video links on your screen. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.